Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. TammyTalks here. Let's talk Married at First Sight, season 15, San Diego, episode 14. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbs up the video, hopping in the comment section, all that good stuff. A huge thank you to everybody that joined the live on Friday. It went on way too long, but we had a lot of fun. So thank you for all the super thanks, the Cashabs, the PayPals, all that stuff I received. Greatly appreciated. All right, so let's get into this week's episode. I didn't catch the name of it. I'll put it in the description down below. We're gonna talk Lindy and Miguel first, obviously. All right, so hold on. Where's my, that's right, forget it. All right, y'all, let's get started. All right, so the episode starts off where this is the couples retreat episode. So we know they're going to go on some type of trip somewhere, some vacation, where they're all going to get together, and drama always happens on these couple trips, right? We know that. So the theme of this weekend is going to be a prom, because Lindy grew up sheltered the way that she did. She did not experience a prom like so many of us did. So Miguel is throwing her a prom. So he buys her a nice little disco ball, little gold dress. She's excited. We get this montage of everybody packing. Everyone's excited for prom. We get to the house. Now, I didn't take a lot of notes on like little snippets of scenes because I didn't care. We're gonna get just to the root of what happened in tonight's episode. So upstairs, after everyone arrives, we get audio. I'm assuming they were already mic'd up, but production, like a producer or a cameraman, was not yet in the room. So we're looking at the outside of this like beautiful like beachside house that they're staying in. And we hear Lindy asking Miguel to take a picture of her, right? He kind of got a little attitude, but we hear her saying, "No, I don't take selfies. I want like the really nice pictures." We hear her say it, I think, twice, where she say, "No, not the selfies." Now, I guess I was confused on that part, because if I ask you to take a picture, did he grab her phone and come in front of her and go like this? Because what the fuck are you doing? Nonetheless, she's saying, "No, like, I want like the nice pictures, like I'm dressed and stuff." So her voice gets a little elevated. She sounds a little irritated, but it was kind of like a quit playing around, come on and take this picture type situation. He tells her, "I don't like your tone." He then said he didn't want to be her personal photographer. He said because he was laying down and resting, he goes into this tirade about how she's not respecting his energy, his whatever. She's not respecting him. She then is like, "Oh, I was just joking. I didn't think it was a big deal." He then tells her that she needs to do a better job of reading the room. I said, "Reading the room? Okay." And then it says, "Don't expect him to be her personal photographer." I feel like when you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, the husband is the photographer. The boyfriend is the photographer. The guy you're out on a date with is the photographer. I have never in my life asked somebody, "Take a picture of me real quick," and received this type of reaction. Never. I have never had a guy I've been out on a date with. I have never had a friend that I'm out with. When you ask to take a picture, you get this type of reaction. The fuck is going on? So, but see, I told y'all that Miguel don't like her. I told y'all I feel like the first couple episodes of this season, I told y'all Miguel does not like her. Miguel has been slowly fading and fading and fading and fading when it comes to Lindy because he doesn't like her. He doesn't like her personality. He probably doesn't like the fact that she can't get her own health insurance as an adult. He doesn't like her outbursts. He doesn't like the whining. He probably doesn't like the how sheltered she is. Everything is the first for her. He does not like her. So we've reached the culmination of all these different things that have been going on throughout the first, what is it, like 6 or 7 weeks, first 7 weeks of this marriage, where he can't take it anymore and he's blaming it on being low vibrational. So we get downstairs to prom. Okay? Miguel overreacted with them pictures. Take the fucking picture and lay back down. If you're that damn tired, why did you come? So we're down at prom. Everybody's dancing and jigging, and it's a great time. Everybody's having fun. You threw the damn party. You threw the party, Miguel. You threw it. So we get downstairs. We're dancing. Miguel said the situation is trying him. I said, what is bothering you? Why are you even still that upset that your wife asked you to take a picture of her in the dress that you bought before y'all go to the party that you threw for her? What? Am I the only one that is like confused about this? What is going on? So she said, I didn't know we were still on this, okay? Because that's how I felt too. We still on this? Oh, okay. So she said that she's already apologized about it, which she did. We heard her say sorry for, I guess getting him up. Unless this man was asleep, if you're just laying down, you can get up and take a picture. So she said she apologized for that, and she can't keep saying sorry enough. I agree. I feel like the first time I say I'm sorry, then I'm sorry. The first time I say I'm sorry, then I'm sorry. I'm not a person that's going to keep apologizing for things. I'm not. So Miguel then said that she is gaslighting him because initially she said she was joking when it was clear that she wasn't. So I feel like the world learned gaslighting a couple, maybe 2 years ago, and that's all y'all want to use for everything now. She wasn't gaslighting you, Miguel. She wasn't gaslighting you. She wasn't. Lindy said that she thought that he was joking about taking the picture. So she jokingly said something back. She did not know that he was that upset. Miguel is like forcing her to say, yes, I was irritated. I was mad as hell. He wants her to be mad so that he can pick her apart because I think Miguel wants to see how big her blow-ups are going to be so that he has a reason to walk away because he doesn't like her. So she said that it was just a totally missed joke. Her joking about, come on, take the picture, she said that was a joke because she thought he was joking. She misread this situation, right? He keeps telling her, no, you weren't joking, you were annoyed. If she was annoyed, if she was joking, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Why are you making a big deal about this? Why are you ruining the party that you threw? Why? Air quotes, because we know Married at First Sight is paying for this. But why are you ruining the party that you threw? What part of that makes sense? So she said that she did not know that she was offending him oh so bad. And I'm like, I think on top of this, now everybody else is sitting around watching like, y'all know Stasha and Nate sit and talk shit about everybody. Alexis and Justin, no, they run their mouth about everybody. Y'all are causing a scene. Excuse me, Miguel, you are causing a scene. He said that the anger that she expresses constantly is what scares him. So in Miguel's mind, her saying, quit playing, come on, take the picture, right? To him, that's her expressing anger in such a volatile way that he was scared shitless. Woo, Jesus. I was scared because, you kind of snapped. So he's telling her, don't take that tone with me at all. Don't talk to me like that. Lindy feels like she don't like the way he's talking to her now. I didn't like it either. Now, like I've told y'all, video after video after video, week after week, I'm a Libra. I am going to always see both sides of a situation. Always. So do not come into this review in these comments expecting me to go in on Miguel or solely go in on Lindy, because both can get it tonight. Both. Because they were both wrong in different parts of the episode. So she said that she doesn't feel heard. She's trying to tell him, I thought it was a joke. I made a joking remark back. I didn't know you were upset. It was a missed cue. He is telling her, no, you were mad. And I think that bothered me. Because if she's telling you she was joking, take that and be done with it. He is so cunty. It is annoying. Like him and Jose are the same person. They are the same type of people. So he then goes on to say that he does not like how easily annoyed she gets. Don't you get easily annoyed? Weren't you just easily annoyed by her asking you to take a picture? That's not easily annoyed, though. I would be easily annoyed, too, if I asked you to take a picture of me and you come stand in front of me and take a selfie. What type of fucking sense does that make? You bought her the dress. You're throwing her a party. Why do you have an issue with her wanting to get a picture taken? It is so like, I was sitting here mind blown at this entire situation because none of it makes sense. She then he said that she was yelling and she had an outburst. I said, oh, bye. That she didn't yell. That wasn't an outburst at all. She then says that, yeah, I'm a huge, like she blinks, like she clicks. She was like, yeah, I'm a huge fuck up. Everything I do is wrong. And see, that's the type of shit that I do. I would have definitely went to super sarcastic, complete different way with this conversation, because you're making a big deal out of nothing. So she said that at this point she doesn't know what to say or what he even wants to hear. He was like, I don't want you to say or hear nothing. He just wants to let her know, I want to let you know, this is our challenge. The fact that I'm telling you how I think you felt and you're telling me how you really did feel. I don't know if Miguel, I hope watching back he sees how stupid that sounds. So she said that in that moment she felt embarrassed and abandoned because she was being very vulnerable. That's a lot for her to ask somebody to take a picture, I guess, for her to pose, for her to feel sexy, for her to feel confident, all this other type of stuff. He is still mad that she won't say she was upset. So they decide to let it go for the time being. They didn't do the superlatives at prom, kind of like you do in high school for the yearbook. Lindy wins biggest drama queen. That set Miguel off. Them antennas was just there. He was getting more and more upset. But Lindy and Miguel also win most likely to stay married. They give a speech. Miguel said that despite his skepticism early on in the marriage, he embarked on this journey to find someone like her. I said, you a lie. This is not who you pictured at all. Lindy then said that it's easy to fight for a relationship when it's somebody that she truly loves, yada, yada, yada. Miguel wins prom king. Obviously, Lindy wins prom queen. So later in bed that night, Miguel said that they were talking about the conversation from earlier. He said he wants to be able to trust that the answer she gives to him is true. And it's just kind of like... I know they went around and talked about what all the castmates' zodiacs are. What is Miguel's zodiac sign? Because it seems like Miguel has an obsessive personality. Because why are you still harping on this? Why are you still going in on this? So she feels that they are still learning about how the other communicates, which they are. It's been 7 weeks. You cannot expect that they are going to be 100% in sync after a month and a half of knowing each other. While they're having this conversation, Stasha and they horny asses come in with a sex swing. The next day, Lindy and Miguel are on a horse and carriage ride, and it's her first time. It's Lindy's first time for every fucking thing. It is Lindy's first time for everything. So, Miguel is telling her about a poem that he wrote, and he starts rapping. While he's rapping, Lindy is interrupting to point out like the most trivial things. Oh, look, a bunny rabbit. Oh, look, the horse is eating hay. Oh, look, the sky is blue. Oh my God, there's lint on my sweater. Oh my God, it's like, and it's like Lindy. So he's like trying to rap this poem and explain different things about the poem, and she's not paying attention. In my mind, does Lindy have ADHD? Does she have ADHD? Because, or she really just didn't care about the poem, because that was wild the way she was interrupting him. I know that it could be editing, it could be heightened, but that was wild. So he said in the confessional that it bothers him when people talk over him. It bothers him when people interrupt him when he's speaking. It bothers everybody. You're not exempt to that. Anybody's going to be irritated at the way that she was interrupting him. So he said, on top of the fact that he is running off of fumes, so he's very low energy. He's not there. I feel like if you are that, what's going on at work? Did you miss a deadline? Like, what is going on at work that you are this low on fumes? Like that you're this low energy. I feel like that should be a red flag to Lindy, that you don't know how to self-regulate yourself to not be in a bad mood. Like, what? So she starts asking him about Dungeons and Dragons. She said that she felt like the horse and carriage ride took them into Italy. She then asks, is this scenery kind of like Dungeons and Dragons? And Dungeons and Dragons is his jam. So he's like, yeah, I guess it could be. There are different things. And she was like, look, people over there with an iPhone. And I was like, with an iPhone? Lindy, just say you don't care about Dungeons and Dragons, because none of us do. Nobody wants to hear about the D&D situation that Miguel was about to get into. So Miguel stops talking altogether. And he said that he don't want to talk no more, okay? Because she's interrupting him about something that he's very passionate about. I said, so it took for her to interrupt you about Dungeons and Dragons for you to be upset. Noted. She said that she's sorry. She just kept getting distracted. She said she gets distracted easily. And she just wants some grace, because sometimes she does have a bird brain. Oh my gosh, she has a bird brain. She just wants, want a little bit of grace about it. He said that it's rude, for her to keep interrupting. He wants her to be more mindful of when she's doing it. She says that that's hard for her because it's her personality. He said it's hard for you to not cut people off. It's hard for you to not cut people off. Your personality, characteristics causes for you to interrupt and cut people off. Okay. So Lindy then asks, why can't she comment on what's going on around her? Because you're having a conversation, Lindy. You're having a conversation and you're not 5 years old. You're having a conversation with your husband about something you asked him. You're not 5. And I just feel like Lindy still has this thing where she wants to be able to do what she wants to do, say whatever she wants to say. Do what she wants to do, say what she wants to say, and she doesn't want anybody to check her on it. Now, Miguel was 1,000% right in this situation, but his delivery was off because he was coming across as condescending. All he had to say was, look, stop interrupting me. I'm trying to talk. Or there are different ways that he can phrase that. I have been the Lindy. I'm a person that when I talk, I have a tendency to cut people off too. It's not on purpose, but I feel like I can hear myself doing it and I can self-regulate myself and check myself into it. Lindy doesn't have she don't have a filter. It's weird. But see, I feel like this is just how people that have been so sheltered themselves when they get out into the real world and they're free to do whatever they want to do, they are lacking different things like this because in their mind it's, well, I can do whatever I want to do because I'm an adult and I'm free and I'm independent. She was wrong in this situation. So she said that she's never had anybody call her out about cutting them off or talking over them. He said, well, you've never had a husband stick around long enough to do it. I said, wait a minute. So she said, have you had a wife stick around long enough for you to do this too? And he was like, well, no. Come on, Miguel. Come on, Miguel. You got to learn how to read, honey. That's not how you read nobody. You got to be ready. Be ready with a comeback. Miguel, she stumped you in your own shade. Come on now. So he said that he has been calling her out on it. And he already came into the weekend low energy. And he's tired of calling her attention to the things that she's doing. I agree. There's nothing wrong with him saying that. I feel like as adults, it's kind of the same thing with Alexis feeling like she has to self-regulate Justin. As an adult, you are responsible for your feelings, for your emotions, for your actions, for the words that come out of your mouth. There is absolutely no reason why Miguel should have to remind you to take a breath. Why Miguel should have to remind you to stop over-talking somebody. That's stupid. It's stupid. So she starts crying because she feels like everything that she does is wrong. She doesn't know how to act, how to behave, how to speak, whatever around him. So she gets up and walks away. He was right. It's rude for you to talk over people. What part of you is asking this man to recite a poem and then you start talking about a bunny that runs by? You're not 5. Again, if she has ADHD, whole nother conversation. But if she doesn't, what is going on? So he gets up and he walks over by her because Lindy's over there saying how she's sick of feeling like she's not enough for him. I feel her on that. I feel like we have seen so many times where Miguel is telling her what it is and what it ain't gonna be, and she kind of has to, you can tell that she's stifling her personality, right? So they come back over to the table. He said he's sorry for making her cry. But he said he feels like she is having a blow up. I said she didn't blow up. She started crying and she excused herself from the table. Okay. So she tells him that this is not a blow up and he ain't seen her blow up yet. But this is where Lindy goes wrong again because it's another situation where Lindy is proud of the fact that she shows her ass. So she tells him, you have not seen me blow up yet. She then says in the confessional that she feels like she can't truly be herself and he'll still be there because you can't and he won't. He won't. You cannot still be yourself and he won't be there for you. Later, we see Lindy and Miguel, I guess, getting ready to go down for dinner. She's taking a video of the sunset and she wants to get a picture. So she turns to me and says, actually, Sammy, can you take a picture of me? I'm petty. I'd have did the exact same thing. You didn't want to take a picture earlier. You have to take no pictures of me the rest of the weekend. Don't even worry about that. The rest of the weekend, you ain't got to take a picture of me. Miguel feels away. Miguel has the audacity to feel away. So he tells her, I would have taken it for you. Then says, I don't want you to feel like you can never ask me for a picture or a video. Obviously she can't, because you showed your ass earlier. Why would she feel comfortable asking you for a picture? Why would she feel comfortable asking you to take a picture of her, Miguel? The way you behaved earlier, then brought it up later that night, then brought it up again earlier today. Hell, I wouldn't ask you to take another picture again for the rest of my life. It would always be, let me put the self-timer on, and then I'll just run back and get in position. Why would she? So she then said that she's confused. He then tells her, read my energy, and what is it telling you now? She better than me. Lindy's better than me, because I promise you, I'd have told you, fuck you. What does my energy tell you with me saying that? It would have gone so far left with me. It would have gone so far left. Miguel is so condescending. So while Miguel is saying that Lindy was gaslighting him earlier, this is gaslighting 101 and 102. This is gaslighting 605 at advanced dissertation level classes. What? So he wants her to understand how to read his energy. I would have said, Miguel, you don't kiss my ass. Read my energy right now is what she should have said back. So then she asks for a hug for whatever reason. And he backs up and tells her no. Now she feels rejected. So he wants her to understand. He wants to understand that how upstairs she can say that she's confused about what he wants from her, and now that they're downstairs, she understands it. I said, so she couldn't have thought about it while y'all walked down the stairs and said, okay, I can see it from his perspective. Like, go home, Miguel. Go home. Sashay your little sassy ass all the way back home. Like, he's being so annoying. So she said that he was just mad because she didn't ask him to take a picture. She also feels that she can't say or do anything because everything that she does is wrong in his eyes, which is true. Everything. Lindy has sneezed earlier today, and he done had an attitude about it. He had a fit about it. Like, stop it. So he then tells her, that's my spot. He then tells her that he wasn't mad. He just didn't want to give her a hug because he doesn't feel close to her. So she then feels like he's not letting her in. He thinks he's letting her in too much. Yeah, you're showing that you're an ass, Miguel. Yes, you're doing too much. She then said that she didn't know if he was enjoying the sunset or recharging. She was trying to respect his boundaries. He said that she should have turned to him. He said she should have turned to him and said, would you like to take a picture of me? You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. The narcissism. What? Nigga, what? No. I'm getting so upset just thinking about it. I cannot stand to watch people be so full of themselves, to be so narcissistic. Why the hell would she ask you, do you want to take a picture of me? When she can just ask production that's going to do it with no problem. Because she can't ask her husband to because he's low energy this weekend. Go to hell, Miguel. Go to hell. So he then said that they'll just have to see how things pan out. He's bothered that she said that she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. Why are you bothered that she feels that way? One, that's her truth, and two, it's the truth. No matter what Lindy has done this entire weekend, you've been bitchy about it. She starts crying again because warranted. She said that she's trying so hard. She doesn't know what to say. She doesn't know what to do. She don't want to go eat. She just wants to be left alone. Production said, Lindy, you don't have to go downstairs and eat. Production was like, we can't watch this train wreck no more either. So Lindy goes into maybe the bathroom or bedroom, closes the door. Miguel is out there pinching the bridge of his nose. No one cares if you're crying, if you're stressed. No one cares how you feel. Because this whole display was disgusting, Miguel. Absolutely disgusting. Miguel then goes in the bathroom with her. She said that she has been holding back tears and she can't do it no more. And I don't blame you, girl. Go on and cry. Because he has been saying a lot of things that if I was her, or I should say, I'm surprised she hasn't cried a lot sooner. He said that he is opening up to her. He said that he can't be this close to someone and this, he can't open up this much to someone in 7 weeks. This is something that takes years. That's why your weird ass is alone, Miguel. This is exactly why. And this is what irritates me about the people that come on this show. You know already that you are not a person that can open up and be vulnerable with somebody and, really be all in with somebody within 7 weeks. You're saying not months, but you're saying years. Why'd you bring your ugly ass on this show in the first place? Like, what is going on? I can't. He then says in his confessional that he's a person that when he is in a negative space, he's going to be brutal. He's going to be, he's going to be all these terrible, bad, negative things. It's nothing to be proud of. It's weird how people get on this show. It's like dust flying. It's weird how people get on this show and they want to brag about like their downfalls. Why are you bragging about the fact that you're an ass when you're tired? Like, what does that have to do with anything? So then she said it feels like he doesn't know if he wants to be with her. She just kind of mentions that he don't know where things are going to go for now. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Later, when all the other couples are inside together and they're kind of asking where were y'all, Miguel pointed out that they were upstairs having a conversation. They got into a tizzy, if you will, and he apologized to Lindy for making her feel how she feels. The next day, they're setting up to play dodgeball. Miguel said before they even left, he don't even want to be there. He ready to go home. You should have left. Don't ruin the weekend for everybody else. Mainly, don't ruin the rest of the trip for your wife. While they're playing dodgeball, they decided they're going to mix up the couples. So 2 men, 2 women, and then they're going to mix up the marriages as well. So you're not going to be on the same team as your spouse. So it comes down to like the final it's Nate versus Miguel. Lindy is on Nate's team. So Lindy's like, yeah, take him down. Woo, team. Having fun. Miguel, sassy ass, is like, you could be cheering for your husband. Why would she? You can't even take a picture of her. Why would she be cheering for you? Why? Why would she be cheering for you? She don't know what your mood is. You might attack her and feel like she's not being a team player because she's not cheering for her teammate. Why would she cheer for you? You're an ass. So he kept making snide comments to her. Would have been nice to have a little support from your wife. You don't even like her. You don't even want to be her husband. So after the game, the teams are sitting around talking. Miguel's talking to his team, his group, and he said that he's trying to get used to the fact that she has a tone. And her tone gets a little higher when she's upset, when she's animated. As somebody who I think my family and my friends all know that when I get irritated, when I'm upset, when I'm excited about something, excited as in angry or happy, my voice goes up a couple octaves. Y'all have probably noticed that in these videos. The more upset I get about something, the more irritated or even the happier I get, my voice has a tendency to get higher because it's like that happens with me. So the fact that he's using that against her is like, come on. The fact that her voice changes an octave does not always equate to her yelling. It just doesn't. So he said that he's learning how to deal with that. He feels disconnected from her. He said he's madly in love with her. That's a lie. And he wants to continue, but he just doesn't know if they're, right for each other, or if he is somebody that can continue to do this. Lindy's talking to her team. She's crying, and she said she feels like she can't do anything right. She said it's hard when she's trying to work on something he wants her to change, and while she's, focusing on trying to do that, he keeps moving the goalpost, basically. So she said that he told her that he was basically done, and she said that she's done. He's tired of being her punching bag. No, she's tired of being his punching bag. This was a mess. This was a mess. This review was long as hell. I'm not editing nothing out. I'm sorry, y'all, that this recap is so long. But, what a mess. What a mess. Who do you think was more right in this situation? Are you guys Team Miguel or are you guys Team Lindy on this episode? Hop in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought. Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the next one.